coming home.
He had a condition called Meckel's diverticulum. They removed that, and we thought that would kind of suppress some of the acid because they saw he had some ulcers. And they put him on some medicine, and the pain just kind of continued. Yeah. And then we were referred into the abdominal pain program.
He's not a kid that really fakes when he's in pain. You know, if he's in pain, you know he's actually in pain. So
on the bad days, it would feel like a dull, aching pain in my stomach. It hurt, of course, but for some time I just thought I would have to live with it for a while, for just the rest of my life.
When Zane first came in, he had 3 years of pain. It was daily, intermittent, but every once a month he'd get a couple weeks where it got really bad. He's one of the kiddos where we looked at the biopsies and found inflammation with something called eosinophils. And so the standard approach is there something medical? If not, then it must be psychosocial. And you know, the answer is not, do we need to figure out if it's medical or psychological or social? It's all of those for everybody. And so we started talking about how do we put all that together and do it from the very first visit with every single patient. And that differentiates our program from everybody else's. Hey there, how are
Hi.
you?
good.
Good.
Can you step your head this way for me, please? Is your stomach hurting at all right now? Okay. When I push up there, does that hurt more when I push in or more when I let go?
More when you push in.
Okay. When was the last time you had any pain at all?
Probably the last time you missed school that day. That was May
that was
13th, I think.
Well, I don't want to change anything. Part of it was, is he still having pain? The hope is that really knocked out the rest of the inflammation and those other medicines will keep it from coming back.
Zane had missed about 8 days of school thus far. He was trying to get to bed and having a lot of trouble with sleep onset. A lot of our kids do, because when you get into bed at night, you have fewer distractions, and so it's harder to get your mind off the pain. So pain can become an interference with getting to sleep at night.
You got to get a little more comfortable that things are going to stay sort of where they are and continue to be good.
Right.
The scores on the quality of life measure across all of the different dimensions are going up.
For him, he was falling asleep somewhere between 9 and 2 a.m. and he wasn't a particularly anxious kid. He was not a kid that had any pre-existing mental health issues or that we would have ever referred out for therapy. And we recommended biofeedback at that point.
See the blue, green, and red there on the screen? I'm going to call those mountains for lack of a better term, okay? The red line is your heartbeat. When you start breathing, the blue line will track your breathing. There you go. So what I want to see happen is I want to see your heartbeat and your breathing get in phase with each other. And this is just a way for you to kind of fine-tune your breathing.
Zane really benefited from the biofeedback, and I think would tell you that. so that combined with the sleep were probably the two biggest things that we did. So they I think gain a lot of stress management skills through our program that they can take with them, but they also know that they're never alone and that they can come back if they need to at any point.
I was skeptic about the biofeedback at first because I thought they were just saying basically that it was all in my head. From before biofeedback and the prednisone, it was terrible pain. But after I've done the biofeedback and the prednisone, I felt substantially better.
I'm coming home.